Hi, my name is Sarahlin, and I would like to share a story with you that I haven't revealed to anyone. I've been with my husband for 19 years, married for 12. We have 2 beautiful children together, a boy 15 and a girl 9, and an incredibly happy life. At least I thought, up until now. We were both always very ambitious. We had high-profile professions. I worked for a law firm and him an architect. But when I became a mother, I couldn't bear to leave the children to go back to work. So we decided he would continue to work and I would become a housewife. We felt this was the perfect decision at the time. The thing is, I recently found out he's been hiding something from me. We were talking in the kitchen one morning and before he left for work, suddenly his phone rang. He went outside to take the call. At that moment, I didn't think anything of it, but his briefcase was left wide open on the kitchen top. I saw a Father's Day card inside the pocket. My first thought was, it's from one of our kids, so I took it out, to give it a read. It was from a child, but one called Theo, who wasn't ours. Well, at least not mine. When I read the scribbled words on the card, I couldn't imagine the child being any more than 5 or 6. No wonder he went outside to talk on the phone. Must have been talking to Theo's mother. I was shocked, dumbstruck. I felt sick to my stomach. I nervously placed the card back into his briefcase. Over 19 years we've been together. I've had no reason to doubt him, so I've never even been through his phone or questioned him on anything he said or did. What do I do? Should I ask him about it? Or should I just leave it and hope he decides to come clean? How the hell can he do this to me? To us? I felt so stupid, so betrayed. How did he even find time to meet other people? He worked long hours, had a lot of demanding clients, and managed huge projects. I felt ashamed. How did I not notice? I couldn't even tell my friends. I was in denial. I kept telling myself that the card might be for someone else. Who am I kidding? Where did I go wrong? What did I do to deserve this? He probably doesn't find me attractive anymore. In the space of 2 months, I started to resent him, shouting at the kids. He didn't even notice that I lost weight. It was haunting me like hell. It messed me up in so many more ways. I took to drinking, smoking. Can you believe I even slept with other men to feel better about myself? Then one day, I looked in the mirror and I said, "What are you doing? This is not who you are. Why are you degrading yourself like this?" The following weekend, we went to our countryside house to spend time as a family. I don't know if he noticed, but everything about me was fake. My mind wasn't there. We got back home late Sunday night and I stayed up all night pondering my next move. On Monday morning, I dropped the kids off at school earlier than usual. I rented a car for the week and I paid in cash so he wouldn't notice it on the credit card. Not that he notices much these days. Then I trailed him every single morning for the rest of the week. I sat in that car every day outside his office. I even fell asleep sitting in that car every single day. I was stalking my own husband. He went to lunch with his secretary like clockwork, Monday to Friday without fail. No mystery woman yet. When he got home Friday evening, he told me he would be going to the office on Saturday, to finish up some work for a client. I immediately called the rental car company and extended it until Monday. Then, that Friday night, I made advances towards him. I was trying to get him to make love to me, and he wasn't interested one bit, just as I had suspected. The next morning, I told him that I'd asked my mum to look after the kids because I had an appointment at the hairdresser's and I needed to go food shopping. Now, this is where it becomes interesting. That Saturday morning, I trailed him again. But this time, instead of turning off where he normally would, he carried on for another half an hour. I almost lost him at the traffic light, but eventually I caught up with him. He then turned off and parked in a driveway. 2 kids came running out of the door shouting, "Daddy, Daddy!" excited and jumping into his arms. They looked no older than 3 and maybe 5. I was in complete shock. What was even more shocking, his secretary came out. That bitch. I sat in the car for a few minutes in disbelief before I went and knocked on the door to confront him. But she opened the door Can you believe she asked if she could help me after she's been helping herself to my husband for God only knows how long? I took my heels off and started to beat the daylight out of her. I could hear the kids screaming, but at the time I was so enraged. It must have been horrific for them to watch, this mad woman beating the hell out of their mother. Then he decides to show up and drag me off of her, and has the audacity to tell me to calm down. I started giving it to him as well. I left them both bloodied and bruised. I heard sirens drawing closer. 5 minutes later, I found myself in handcuffs. The police arrested me. I spent a night in a cell. Surprisingly, neither of them pressed charges, like I should be grateful. I pressed him for an explanation. Can you believe he told me I wasn't giving him much attention? And I was always tired. Yes, that might have been true, because looking after 2 kids, helping them with their homework, dropping them to clubs, cooking, cleaning, it's a full-time job. As for her, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel sorry for the poor girl. She came to see me whilst I was in custody. She told me that she knew he was married, but he told her we weren't together and we were just living in the same house because of the kids. And how he promised her that he would leave me to live with her. Naively, she believed him. She offered her sincere apologies. I stood there in my cell looking at her. I was thinking, if those bars weren't there, I'd give you another beat down. After a lengthy court battle between my husband and I, the judge awarded me the house and the kids and half of everything. He then moved in with his mistress and their children. That's my story. Can you relate? Was I in the wrong to take it out on her? Should I have forgiven him? I think not. But let me know what you think.